Hello everyone, and welcome to my UK Royal Family News channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It is old-fashioned to believe that no one can touch the king, hence Biden's gesture is justified. This week, the US President and the King met at Windsor Castle to talk about the urgent climate situation. According to a royal specialist, Joe Biden did not violate royal protocol, and it is old-fashioned to believe that one cannot touch the monarch. King Charles was unperturbed by the president caressing his back, according to royal correspondent Richard Palmer, who was appearing on the Express's Royal Roundup on Thursday. Their first official encounter since Charles' coronation in May, which Biden did not attend. The sovereign welcomed the president to Windsor Castle on Monday to talk about climate change. Thoughts were raised over whether the U.S. leader had violated royal protocol when the 80-year-old moved ahead of the 74-year-old king and caressed his back during the meeting. Mr. Palmer, who prefers to avoid bowing himself, refuted the reports, saying that the royal family is not particularly rigid about protocol. The king seemed to have no issue at all with the President of the United States touching him on the back of the shoulders or doing any of the other things that some people thought went against etiquette, he added, praising the warmth of their meeting. My position has always been clear, and the palace really emphasized this week, that it's an outdated mindset to believe that nobody can speak to the sovereign and that you must wait to be spoken to, as well as all the other things that people think you must bow to or curtsy to them. Just how much depends on the situation. The late Queen and the King, who is reportedly a traditionalist, would prefer that people approach them feeling comfortable and not nervous, according to Mr. Palmer. In any case, the president is on par with the king as head of state, he continued. When the king inspected the guard of honor, Biden reportedly moved in front of him. A palace source reportedly denied that Biden had violated procedure, and a second source reportedly told people that Charles was comfortable with Biden stroking his back. There are no mandatory codes of behavior when meeting the monarch. However, the royal family's official website does admit that some people may wish to observe the traditional forms. For breaking royal protocol in the past, a number of well-known people have faced criticism. Donald Trump, 77, committed the same mistake as Joe Biden earlier this week when he met the Queen in 2018. The former president was criticized for not letting the late monarch walk first as is protocol when he cut her off while crossing the street in front of her. A visit to Buckingham Palace in 2009 by Michelle Obama, then 59, during which she wrapped her arm around the late Queen, was dubbed extraordinary by some analysts. However, the former First Lady claimed in her 2018 biography, Becoming, that she was unaware of royal protocol and that she made the gesture out of instinct whenever she felt connected to a new person. Despite a Republican leader, the Scottish government honors the first royal by presenting a gift at the coronation. For the first time ever, Scottish First Minister Humza Yousaf gave the King and Queen gifts to commemorate their coronation in Edinburgh. Despite SNP leader and Scottish First Minister Humza Yousaf's declarations to the contrary, King Charles and Queen Camilla received special gifts in honor of the monarch's coronation in Scotland last week. The King and Queen celebrated the occasion with a garden party at the Palace of Holyrood House on July 4 before the service at Edinburgh St Giles Cathedral on July 5. Prior to it, Mr. Yousaf presented them with the Carolian table, the paperweight, and the Wentworth elm as coronation gifts on behalf of the people of Scotland. The King's cipher and the lion's rampant are carved into the Kingdom of Fife oak used to make the table. The paperweight is made from teak that was once part of the Edinburgh Castle drawbridge, and the elm is a sapling from a rare subspecies that was once thought to be extinct. The Scottish government is believed to be making this gift to the royals for the first time, according to Commons Library clerk David Torrance on Twitter. Since taking office as Scotland's First Minister in March of this year, Mr. Yousaf has said he favors a Scottish monarchy referendum. He did, however, go to Westminster Abbey on May 6 to witness Charles and Camilla's official coronation. which he claimed he was doing on behalf of the Scottish people. As a Republican, the SNP leader acknowledged it would be strange and uncomfortable to be there, but he added that he had a duty to go. In honor of Charles becoming King of Scotland, a national Thanksgiving service was held in the Scottish capital on Wednesday, where he was given the nation's honors. The Elizabeth Sword, named after the late Queen Elizabeth II, the Crown of Scotland, and the sceptre make up the Scottish crown jewels, as they are also called. The service took place during Holyrood Week, also known as Royal Week, which is a yearly royal festival of Scottish culture that involves the Queen touring the nation and throwing a garden party. The late Queen loved her regular vacations to Balmoral in the Scottish Highlands. Thus, the royal family has had a close relationship with Scotland for a very long time. Charles also frequently visits locations north of the border, including the Castle of May in Caithness, which is situated right at the northernmost point of the nation, and his home Burghall on the Balmoral estate. The Queen Mother originally owned the castle, but Charles is anticipated to stay there briefly in August before traveling to Balmoral. Unusual moment at Wimbledon, Queen Camilla touched Richard Branson's beard. In the royal box, where Richard Branson and other well-known figures were seated, the then Duchess of Cornwall made an oddly intimate gesture toward the billionaire. When she was at Wimbledon, Queen Camilla once engaged Richard Branson in fun conversation. In 2018, when she made her way to her seat, the then Duchess of Cornwall knelt down and stroked the Virgin Media tycoon's beard. He seemed to lift his face to permit it. The billionaire grinned as Camilla and Philip Brooke, the former head of the All England Lawn Tennis Club, AELTC, greeted him. She went to the event that year to witness the quarterfinals along with Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, and Carol, Pippa, and James Middleton, the mother and siblings of the Princess of Wales. The 75-year-old returned to SW19 this year to witness the quarterfinals, stopping to talk with ball girls before settling into her place in the royal box on Wednesday. The new queen, decked up in a cream outfit with polka dots and nude heels, gave the billionaire a friendly greeting and seemed to rub his beard during the amusing encounter. She shook his hand and went back to her seat to continue watching the game on center court. Richard has sat in SW19's most exclusive seats numerous times over the years. He attended in 2018 with his daughter Holly Branson, a friend of Camilla's niece Princess Beatrice. Although he doesn't like the dress code, he decided to make an exception at Wimbledon, writing in 2012 that he normally would not be seen dead in a tie. This year, Camilla was joined in Wimbledon's most exclusive area by a number of A-listers, including both culinary and literal royalty. Mary Berry, the 88-year-old reigning queen of baking, was photographed in the royal box sporting a breezy blue frock. Zara Tindall, 42, and Mike, 44, a rugby player and the sole child of Princess Anne, were also spotted taking part in the activity. However, the pair chose to watch from the stands rather than the royal box. As a tennis enthusiast as her older sister, Pippa Middleton, 39, was also spotted in the crowd with her husband James Matthews, 47. With the current AELTC chairman Ian Hewitt by her side, Camilla welcomed the ball boys and girls while recalling how she once filled that very position. She told one of the 16-year-old ball boys, seen, that he and his coworkers would need to be very fit to perform their duties. "You have to be really agile," she jokingly said. "In 100 years, I can still picture myself doing it at Queen's Club. It is very challenging." Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.